What's up, Couyons? We're back with a comparison review. We got Four Roses single barrel versus Four Roses single barrel with barrel strength.
Yeah. We got a snagged a little pick from a local liquor store in Cabot, Arkansas. It's an Ace Liquor pick. So, I mean, we've been looking to get that bottle for a while. It's actually been one on the list. I've always been a big fan of Four Roses. Both of us, actually. Four Roses bourbon. But I've always wanted to try what a barrel strength tastes like. Problem is, there's 10 different recipes they use for the barrel strength. So, with the Four Roses single barrel, the only variable is the barrel, right? It's all the same recipe. You're getting a blend of 4 different recipes. With this, you're gonna get 10 different recipes. So it's, it's a little bit different, but it's a good comparison between a particular recipe or the original Four Roses single barrel that we all like.
So we got them poured out, ready to go already. I got my glasses here. I got barrel strength and just regular single barrel in this one.
Yeah.
So.
Same thing with me. I got the Four Roses Glencairn with barrel strength, and then by your side glass has the original Four Roses single barrel. So good old 100 proof.
Top of the things on there. I'll do one that way I don't mix it up.
There you go.
Bruh, what the Couyons up to today?
Alright, so what we starting with?
Let's go with the original.
Alright.
Regular old single barrel.
A little bit of alcohol, rye spices. Oak. Cherry.
I definitely get cherry on it.
With a little bit of caramel on the
Four
end.
Roses. Lots of different spices though. I mean, high rye bourbon. Definitely a lot of Christmas spices.
This was my Christmas whiskey.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting cinnamon. You're getting
Definitely cinnamon.
definitely some nutmeg.
Definitely glad that we gave this bottle a little bit of time to open up. And
Picking out caramel for sure.
I find the caramel's more towards the end. The rye spices are definitely up front.
Yeah, that's the first thing you get is those rye spices.
It's like a cherry wood.
Yeah.
Because it's not very oaky, but it definitely has a little bit of woodiness to it, and you got that little bit of cherry right in front of it.
Got a good bit of oak in it, but I guess for a bourbon, definitely I could pull some more bourbon with more oak in it for sure. But
All right, we're gonna nose the other one before we sip, or
no, whatever you want to do, we can get into the sipping if you want to, and we'll.
I think we nose them back to back. And
Okay.
then try it. That way it don't.
Barrel strain. So this is, by the way, the recipe on this one's OESQ. It's a 10-year, 9-month-old pick of the Four Roses single barrel strength. Actually, man, it mellowed out from what I remember. Like,
On the rice, the alcohol is definitely a little bit higher alcohol. You get that more off the bat, but I think the rye spice is a little bit more subdued.
more of a floral nose on this one.
Yeah, more floral.
For sure.
Like the cherry, I don't even get the cherry at all anymore in this.
More like a hint of cherry.
The alcohol is definitely more predominant.
Yeah. Still get caramel
Floral.
too in there though.
And then the rye, and then the caramel again kind of towards the end.
But definitely floral, and that's like one of the notes they have listed in this particular recipe was rose water or rose petals or something.
I think it said rose petals.
Yeah. Banana and
I
medium.
can get
height.
rose. I call it more floral, but I mean, if you want to be specific, I'd say rose. That's fine.
Pretty good at being like it's definitely floral though. Whether it's rose or whatever flower, you get like a that fresh flower, like vegetal kind of smell to it. A little bit of bitterness from the oak, and then not as much fruit as like you know what I'm saying. It's not as sweet as
No.
as the 100 proof.
I don't know. I might actually give the nose edge to just the regular single barrel. Just because I think there's more
more
things you can
fruits.
pick out of it.
It's more fruit
Because the alcohol doesn't overtake it as much.
Yeah. This one
Yeah.
a lot less fruitier. The barrel strength.
Yeah,
it's
it's
more
more-
like floral. You getting sweetness a little bit from the caramel, but man, the original regular 100 proof.
Yeah, you get more fruits and
Way
more
more fruits.
more notes out of the nose on
Yeah.
the lower alcohol. The higher alcohol, you get that higher alcohol proof on the nose, and it's beautiful. You get the floral hints, but it hides a lot of the other stuff. I mean, both of them are great, but if I'm gonna pick nose, I'm gonna go with just the regular single barrel.
Yeah, that single barrel has a lot more fruits to it. More of a sweetness too. Like just nosing the two. That alcohol does kind of drown out some of the sweetness. All right, man. Let's get into that the regular one first. 100 proof.
Cheers. Ooh, I bet you that was loud on there. All right, let's see. Let's see if I can do what my wife was doing.
Good cherries in there.
Yeah, very
On a
cherry.
taste, like you getting fruits, you getting like that dark fruit characteristic of Four Roses. You getting oak, but the oak's more at the end. Definitely getting some spice, but spice is like it blends well with the fruit. It's very balanced. You know what I mean? It's a balanced whiskey.
You're definitely getting cherry and I think some apple right up front.
Yeah,
A
get a little apple
cinnamon.
in it. Yeah, like a cinnamon apple for sure. Stewed apple with cinnamon in it.
I'm thinking like a caramel apple from like the fair or something like that. It's not a lot of caramel, but it still gives you that, I don't know, that same kind of vibe to it.
I get some caramel in it for sure. See, to me, like I get more of like a cooked down apple, like apple pie filling.
Yeah,
Cooked apple with cinnamon.
I can get that. That's a good. I'd say that's a good reference there. Like a pie filling.
Yeah. Cause you get that caramel sweetness with it and a little bit of brown sugar, so it's almost like apple pie filling.
Yes,
So,
brown sugar.
Yeah.
And like the alcohol burns more towards the end. And then you got an oakiness there at the end as well that kind of just follows through into the finish.
Yeah.
And the finish, man, it's a good long finish. It lasts. That oaky just and a little mintiness to it at the end.
Yeah. So definitely like a fruit sweetness with the caramel, rice ice is coming at the end. A little hint of oak comes in at the end, but very balanced whiskey. All together pretty balanced. Like pretty much if you can't ask for a better bourbon at a $40 price range.
Yeah, I love it.
It's there. So.
And just the reference to, we are kind of going at this blind. We've had these whiskeys, but I mean, we didn't really make any notes or anything beforehand. We're just putting them together and comparing them. Actually, this is the first time I'm really trying the barrel strength. Never had. I had a barrel strength, which I think was the select at the New Orleans Bourbon Festival.
Get a single barrel select?
I think it was a single barrel select barrel strength.
Yeah. And this one, I mean...
'Cause it was in the other bottle. It wasn't in this bottle.
Right. The single barrel. I mean, the small batch
Yeah.
select. That's what it is. Small batch select.
Yeah.
And this one, I mean, I've tested it out a little bit. We kind of took a quarter of the bottle off, just kind of letting it open up and trying it out. But the science, you know?
Science.
Ready to get into the barrel strength?
Barrel strength.
So this one's coming in. I mean, every bottle is the same. This one's at 57.2 proof.
So 114.4.
Yeah,
Quick
coming
math.
in about 114.4. Like I said, it's 10 different recipes. We got the OESQ, which is more what they claim is more floral.
You want to
know?
give them a highlight of the bottles real quick, because
Yeah.
I don't think it's. I should zoom in right there.
Yeah.
But all right.
So yeah, man, we can get into it. Get into the taste of this one.
I find this one is richer. Oh my god, almost like a peatiness right there. Bad. It might be just a bad note right there. I don't know.
Definitely richer. Yeah.
Like, the richiness, but like I almost had like a peat note right
I'm
there.
gonna tell you what that peat note is. So it's so high proof on this Four Roses that right when I taste it, Sharpie marker.
Yeah.
I mean it's almost spot on.
Yeah.
So it's good and it's very floral, but I think with this particular recipe, that taste.
Did you just come up with that?
Yeah.
Or you
no,
thought
no. That's
that's
the first thing.
spot on. That's fucking spot on.
I didn't.
Sharpie marker.
We didn't make any notes. Like I've tasted it before and I liked it, but I haven't tried it with the original Four Roses. But yeah,
Makes me almost want to go grab a Sharpie over there just to nose it.
And I think that's the issue with it. It's a good whiskey. I like this one too. The finish is good. Like once you get past that initial hit with that proof, you get a really good finish on it. And I mean, it's a 10-year, 9-month whiskey. You're gonna get some kind of finish on it. Very rich whiskey, but almost, you're getting a lot of proof to it. Like, and it's that much. It's really not that much more proof than that one, but
no, not. I mean, we're talking 14.4.
right. And that alcohol, I don't know. That extra 14 comes in when it comes in.
Yeah. Now you say it like that Sharpie note, that initial note, man, it's really overpowering on it. It really takes over the whiskey right at the front.
Yeah.
It's almost like a very new oak. Like it's almost like they would have put it in an oak barrel without char in it, and just let it.
Yeah, I would say almost over oaked.
That's what I'm saying. It's very, very like.
What,
like an
the age on
uncharred
that's
oak.
still 4 years, right? They do
no
4
idea.
years on the. I think it is 4 years on the original. Like it's bottled in bond, right?
This is not. No, this is just a single barrel.
I wonder what the age on the original single barrel is. Maybe 6 or something like that. There's no way it's 10 years. You know?
No, this is. I don't believe it's 10 years, but they don't give you much information on the bottle.
So I would say I really like the original one. If we're gonna go comparison on it, I'm not saying all Four Roses, single barrel private selects. I'm sure there are some that's better than the original. There's got to be, but this one in particular, the OESQ recipe is just, I don't know. In this particular pick, it's got that astringency, that almost like that Sharpie taste. It kind of just drowns out everything in the initial palate, the arrival of the whiskey, the flavors and stuff like that. And when it finally opens up, I think it might be that floral note that's so strong it comes off like a Sharpie. You know what I mean? It's that initial taste. The finish is good, but it takes a while for that to actually go off. To flare off that initial Sharpie note flavor, and it kind of drowns out a lot of notes in it. So
I'd like to see them do something like, so this is the OESQ. You're getting individual mash bills, right?
Just do
Versus
this one.
This is a blend of mash bills or someone like that.
Do that one at barrel strength.
Yeah. Do this at barrel strength, but I would like to see them, OES, that's kind of a mouthful or whatever. Like, let's do, a 1 or 2, 3 or something like that, or come up with a naming scheme, and let's put them all out at barrel strength or someone like that, where everybody can kind of pick their favorites, but just having,
I think that's what they're doing. They're putting all the barrel strength out. They're just so hard to get a hold of, man.
Yeah. I would come up with a better naming scheme, though, because OESQ,
Yeah.
It's like,
they've been doing that for a while, man.
I'd love to try the different ones. I'm not going to say that this is my favorite one with the Sharpie note and everything like that, but I'd be really interested to try a lot of them because, I like it. I think I like this a little more, but this at a higher proof, a barrel strength.
Yeah, I think that at barrel strength.
I'm really
would be good.
interested,
So yeah, between the two of them, I gotta say I'm gonna give the edge to the original Four Roses single barrel, man. Coming in at 100 proof.
Yeah. I really think that just comes down to probably the mash bill differences in this one versus a single mash bill in that one.
Right. I mean, it's still a good drink. It's still a good whiskey. I didn't pay crazy prices for it, so this one comes in, like I said, right around the $40 range. You're looking at $42, $43, no more than $45. It's usually you can pick it up. Four Roses single barrel, 100 proof. And then this one, I ended up getting that one for I think it was 75.
I got a little experiment. I'm gonna try this just right off the bat.
So you're looking at for $75. You're looking at 30 something bucks extra. You can get the barrel strength, and it's gonna be a little different. So. Yeah, a little water.
I'm gonna add a drop of water, see what it does.
I'll do that. We'll see what it might bring something out of there.
I just put one little knob.
Let's tame it down a little bit.
I'm interested to see if it takes the Sharpie note off.
Dude, that smell is astringent on the nose for sure.
Dude, the cherry, and the caramel. Dude, it's a lot like this one now. Like it really changed it a good bit already. Like it's much more cherry.
Yeah, it did improve a lot. But for me, it didn't take the Sharpie note completely off. But
Not quite. I think that's maybe a little ingrained.
yeah, it is better with water for sure. I think the proof with this particular recipe, it could have been a little lower proof with that recipe. But I mean, it's barrel strength, so
That might be why Four Roses don't do a lot of barrel strength, man. Maybe their whiskey just comes in better around the 100 proof.
Yeah, it's good at it. Whatever blend they use, whatever 4 recipes they use for that single barrel, they hit it on the nail on the head. It's good. So, but yeah, man, we're gonna give a rating for each one.
I mean, I did a review on this
Yeah.
the other day, and this was a different bottle. This is a different bottle from what I reviewed. And if I recall right, I gave the bottle I had was a 8.5. And let me tell you what, that was a fantastic bottle I had. I just opened this one earlier today. Is it as good as the one that I had before? I don't think so. Could it improve as it's opened up? Maybe. I'd maybe go right now with this one as an 8 versus the 8.5. As review wise, I'd review that. What do you think on that one?
For that one, I'm going the barrel strength. I'd probably go 7 on it. That one I go 750.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
So this one, I mean, you're looking at a different price range. This one's $30 more. I know, dude, I'm a proof hound for the most part when it comes to bourbon. Scotch, I can go. I pick out flavors in Scotch. It's hard to get Scotch at a higher ABV level, right? But man, I don't know. Most of the bourbons I drink, I like a higher proof bourbon. But when it comes to this one, for some reason, like I'll take this one. So 7.5 or 750 on the original, and I'm gonna go 7 on the barrel strength of this particular barrel strength. So
Yeah.
that's what I go with.
I'm gonna give OESQ a 7. Here's the thing, like a 7, that's a pretty decent score. Whatever, I'd buy it. I'd buy every single one of them that pops up on the shelf for $50, $60 or whatever, just to try them all. So I can't say I wouldn't buy it. I definitely would get it. Am I a little unimpressed with this particular one? Maybe. But that doesn't mean I wouldn't be excited for any other one that pops up on the market.
Yeah, same.
I'd want to get
If I
them.
see them in a $75 range, I'll pick one up for sure.
Yeah.
Might even pick 2 up because I might really like it. But you dribble and you shoot. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. This one, not quite as good as I was hoping for, but it is what it is. You know, if you never tried it before, it's a good pickup just to try it. I wouldn't go into the crazy secondary prices with $200, $300 for it, but $75, yeah, it's a pickup. So.
I think a 7's good for this. I think 7.5 between an 8 or so 7.75 or so, one like that. I think is fine for this bottle, whatever. Like I said, we opened this earlier today, so it hasn't had a lot of time to open up. My little honey bottle that I had beforehand, man, that was open for a good while, and it was just beautiful. But that was a really good bottle. But
I think that's about it, though.
I think that's
Cap off
it.
this one, man.
Man, like, subscribe, comment. We like comments. That's about it, though, I guess. So
Yeah.
we'll see y'all on the next one.
We're trying to do a few of these little comparison videos, so
Change it up. Tell us what y'all want. If y'all want certain reviews, or if y'all want certain comparisons.
if you ever had a 4 Roses single barrel strength that blew out everything, yeah, let us know which one. What recipe was it? Hit us up in the comments.
All right, y'all.